How are you? Fine, thanks. How are you? Good. For Dave's ceremony, retirement, I was wondering if you might be able to tell us the resolution number that you're going to assign to this. What we're going to try to do through the attorney's office is get a certified copy of the resolution. Okay, if you can do that, we want to be able to frame that and give it to Dave first version of this. Becky and I work together. She's our division manager. That's the idea. Okay. And so Becky's going to be taking the reso and framing it in a 2-page kind of a frame and black so that we can present that on August 1st.
Yeah, if you guys finalize it, get back to me, then I'll get certifications and I'll do things on most of the kind of thing. So I can do a resolution of now, but I still need to keep the
Sure. Yeah, okay, sounds good. So
it's going to be 180-562.
Resolution number 180-562. So Becky can insert this number in the finalized resolution. Put it in there. And send it back to you. If you guys could have the blue seals,
I'll send it to you.
Freedom of information. Somebody could challenge. Yeah. Okay. But even the public could get copies.
okay, and then John can stop something like this.
In that process, the incumbents could have, right? If they knew that's not the it's not. Sure. It was part of a county-wide security decision. Exactly. Okay.
It's not for Dave. I'm going to give it to Brian.
Good morning.
I'm going to call to order the public meeting of the Arapahoe County Board of County Commissioners for September 25th, 2018. To my left is Ron Carl, the county attorney. To my far right is Jolene Sanchez, the assistant clerk to the board. Ms. Sanchez, would you please call the roll?
Commissioner Jackson? Here. Commissioner Holland?
Here.
Commissioner Sharp?
Here.
Commissioner Conti?
Good morning.
Good morning. Commissioner Baker?
Here. Commissioner Jackson, would you please lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance?
Certainly. Please join me.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Mr. Carl, are there any modifications to the agenda this morning?
There are no modifications.
Are there any questions, comments, or motions in regards to adoption of the agenda?
I'll move approval of the agenda as presented. Second.
Motion made by Commissioner Sharp, seconded by Commissioner Conti. All in favor? Aye. That motion carries. We have a ceremony this morning in honor of Dave Schmidt, our Director of Public Works and Development, who is leaving Arapahoe County after 37 years of dedicated service to Arapahoe County. Mr. Schmidt, would you please come forward? Yeah, if you've got it on your screen. Yeah, that'd be great. Commissioner Jackson.
Yes, it is with some mixed feelings. Probably a good thing for you and a kind of a sad thing for us to offer this motion, this resolution for your retirement. But well, there'll be more said in a little while. So I'll just read the resolution. Whereas David Schmidt began his employment with Arapahoe County on August 4th, 1981 as a staff engineer, was later promoted to senior staff engineer, and then to the division manager of land development services, and has served as the director of development services and infrastructure management, later renamed the Public Works and Development Department, since August 1995, and will retire on October 1st, 2018, after more than 37 years of valuable service. And whereas Dave has always held himself to a very high standard and encouraged staff and others to follow suit. Dave has built a reputation among the Board of County Commissioners, elected officials, department directors, boards and commissions, employees, industry professionals, and citizens as a man of integrity who can be counted on to achieve excellence even during the most trying of times. And whereas Dave has earned the utmost respect and admiration from his coworkers and others by virtue of his vast knowledge of the county, his leadership skills, and his ability to always treat others with respect, even when dealing with challenging and contentious issues. And whereas Dave will long be remembered by elected officials and department directors and staff for his great sense of humor, coupled with his approachable personality and his common sense approach to solving and resolving even the most difficult problems and situations. This has earned him the trust and credibility among various leaders within the community, and he will be especially missed by the many who consider him a friend and not merely a colleague. And whereas Dave will also be remembered as establishing the direction and being instrumental in changing the culture of the Public Works and Development Department. He is a firm believer of accomplishing more as a team rather than an individual, which has led to Dave's challenging, encouraging, coaching, and mentoring all to become better and stretch themselves to achieve great things. Dave epitomizes what it means to be a public servant, not only for Arapahoe County, but also in his professional involvement with the Colorado chapter of APWA and his commitment to Special Olympics and the numerous kids that call him coach, all of which are a testament to his strong moral fiber. And whereas it is anticipated that Dave's many attributes and his positive attitude will help him to transition smoothly into the next chapter of his life. He has done many practice rounds of golf, fishing, honeydew projects like she sheds, fishing trips, cheering for the Vikings and Broncos, and grooming his grandson Carter to be to be part of a foursome in preparation of his retirement so he can become a professional at all of these and many more interests. And whereas retirement will be a major change to Dave's daily routine, it is anticipated he will quickly transition and forget all about work and devote his efforts and energies and other passions, including his wife Mary Lynn, son Brad, daughter Jenica, son-in-law Scott, and grandson Carter. Whereas Dave will truly be missed by the many good people employed by Arapahoe County, and the void he leaves will be tremendously hard to fill. Now, therefore, be it resolved by the Board of County Commissioners of Arapahoe County to officially recognize the contributions that Dave Schmidt has made as a valued employee of Arapahoe County, and hereby declares that his future shall prosper as Arapahoe County has under his dedication and service.
Mr. Chairman, I will proudly and sadly second that.
Motion made by Commissioner Jackson, seconded by Commissioner Sharp. Other comments? Commissioner Holden.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Dave, it's been an honor to work with a man who understands the totality of responsibilities in your position and more importantly, as a true and compassionate community member who reaches out to a variety of agencies in assisting in helping the disabled. Your mark as a true community leader will never, ever be unblemished. So thank you very much for what you've done.
Thank you. Commissioner Conti.
Director Schmidt, thank you so much for all that you have done to make me feel welcomed as I have come into the county, for all that you have done to make your department a wonderful place to work and live for them, your accreditation award that you received. So after duly, and your department under your leadership, having, all the work and effort that went into that. Your obviously your work and your accomplishments within the world of public works is renowned, and you are second to none, and you will be very sorely missed here at Arapahoe County, but we wish you the very best as you move forward with the next chapter of your life.
And I'll just say that my experience with Dave through APWA and going through a number of different conferences as part of facilities, and the interaction that facilities and fleet management has had with public works and development, to include all of the achievements that public works has achieved over the period of time that I've known you, are extraordinary. I'm so honored to have known you. I'm so honored to have been part of that journey. And I just want to add my thanks to all those that have been said here this morning and those that will come during the next few days before your retirement on October 1st. And we just want to say thank you so much. Motion made by Commissioner Jackson and, Commissioner Sharp.
And I think Commissioner Jackson.
And more comments. Commissioner Sharp.
I just wanted to say, when I first came to the county, so you were my first liaison position with the county, and they were not easy times. And what I saw was a person with, there's all the things that were in the resolution are so true, and every decision that you made was careful and thoughtful because there were people involved and they're long-term with the county, and I could really tell not only, your knowledge and your integrity, but a tremendous heart for all the people that you've had a chance to work with, and your leadership there in making those changes, really tough to do, and you did it. You worked through all of that with a lot of compassion for everybody who was changing positions and that type of thing. And so that was a way to start out. And, and then all of the work that you've done with our performance management system. And that was that start got us to where we are today. And so there's so many things, Dave. And I just really want to thank you and just for everything that all the years before I knew you and the last 8 years and for everything. And I'm certain we will not be losing touch because I think we're already planning how you're going to stay involved in various things. And we've got your number on speed dial for already. So I think it's going to be winter, so not a whole lot of golf. There'll be some, but so yeah. Okay, so you're going to travel, all right. And but anyway, thank you very much. It certainly has been wonderful, and I hope this is not the end of seeing you in a wonderful friendship. So thank you,
Commissioner Jackson.
Thank you. I agree with all that has been said and more, and I have appreciated learning from you. I really appreciate your style of leadership. And one of the qualities that you have is that your staff or your department all really seem to appreciate what you've done. And that's a real mark of a leader. In fact, I have in my hand now the award that was given to you just last week by your department, the First in Service Award. And I do believe that you exemplify that. And if I may, I'm not going to read the whole thing because it goes on. But I'll just read just a kind of a bit of it so that you know the flavor of what his department thinks of you. So Dave has led the Department of Public Works and Development in his role as director for more than 2 decades, always striving for the relentless pursuit of excellence. Dave has inspired countless others to follow his lead, share his vision, and work towards achieving similar excellence every day. Public Works and Development has become a premier organization under his leadership and one to be envied by all others. So he's inspiring people, which I think is just a real, and I don't think you set out to say, I'm going to inspire somebody today. I think it is just a natural evolution of who you are. I'm going to skip some words here about your high standards, which have already been mentioned, your integrity, and your desire to always attain excellence. Your superior knowledge of public works and development, coupled with your witty sense of humor and approachable personality, has enabled Dave to become particularly successful, not only in his professional life, but in his personal life as well. His common sense approach to resolving even the most difficult problems and situations has earned him the trust and credibility among even the most notable leaders. Again, the mark of a leader who inspires trust in others around him. And the fact that your department has noted that is a mark of your leadership. So although you may no longer occupy your office, the sense of pride and professionalism you have bestowed upon your department will endure for many generations to come. You have left a legacy, Dave. the time and commitment you made to mentoring and developing public works development staff, including your strong support of the LEAD program, will benefit the county's operations long after your retirement. So you have been a leader to your department and indeed to the rest of the county in terms of your abiding commitment to your integrity, to leadership, and to always striving for the best that, to coin a phrase, that you can be. So I want to thank you, and I think we're all going to miss you very much. So thank you, and thank you for those of you who supplied me with the script here. So thanks.
Any other commissioner comments? We'll take the vote, and then we'll give you an opportunity to, and anyone else that may want to take a few minutes. So the motion was made by Commissioner Jackson, seconded by Commissioner Sharp. All in favor of approving this resolution, please say aye. Aye. And that motion passes unanimously. We're going to give you a round of applause first. The mic is yours. Please adjust the mic, though. It's right there so we can capture everything.
Wow. Thank you for those gracious comments and words. I've had some time over the last few weeks to reflect on the last 37 years, my professional life and personal life, and they go in parallel and they intertwined, and it's really been quite incredible. I showed up here as a 22-year-old kid that didn't have much direction in my life at the time and was looking for a job with benefits. And I was fortunate enough to be hired here, and one thing that's been common in both my personal and professional life is I've been surrounded by wonderful people that have supported me, encouraged me, been there. I've had some wonderful success and, a lot of failures as well. But the thing that I feel so good about standing here today is that I'm okay with all of it. It's been a wonderful journey. Very proud of a number of things, helping get Centennial up and running. Very proud of the role we played in that. I'm proud of bringing performance management, or helping bring performance management to Arapahoe County, and I'm certainly proud of our accreditation. It's just a few things that I will take with me, but more importantly, it's and everybody says this, it's the relationships, it's the people that you grow close to, not as co-workers, but they become friends and family. And I have to call out two individuals here today, Brian Weimer and Chuck Haskins, who have been with me on this journey for over 30 years, 33 and 34 years respectively. And I want to thank you guys for coming along and making me look good. So I've had wonderful staff, tremendous support from working with, I think, 21 different commissioners.
Sorry for that.
Having
It's a burden.
yes, each with their own style and personality, and I think I've learned from every one of them something. And the department directors and other elected officials I've been lucky enough to serve with, all high integrity, great people. So I just feel very blessed, very fortunate. I'll stop talking because I'm going to have an opportunity again here in a few days, and I don't want to repeat it all, but thank you so much for everything you've done for me. Appreciate it.
Are there any comments from Department of Public Works that would like to make? And I know that, again, in a couple of days, we'll hear a lot more about that. The board recognizes Brian Weimer.
Thank you, Chair and board members. And I wanted to get up here before Alan got up here, then I wouldn't have any time. So as Abe mentioned, we've been working together for 34 years. And we are the last of the group that started. Chuck came in about a year after I started. So I don't know what that says, but we've been here, seen a lot. So I wanted to take this time to share some of my observations and some of my experiences with Dave over those many years as he is a leader, and how that has led us to the culture that we currently have within the Department of Public Works and Development. So first, people want to be valued. And Dave takes the opportunity to recognize the accomplishments and the improvements of his staff. And I think that's exemplified by what Commissioner Jackson said, and that is that First in Service Award. I think a couple of other things that are exemplified by that is the social events that we have done for other departments. The ice cream socials, the pizza parties. Those were Dave's ideas, and I think great ideas to bring people together. And I think it was a benefit for those that we gave the party to, but it was benefit for us that gave that party, of understanding what the other departments do. I think that's a big accomplishment. And you can't forget the volunteerism that Dave has. Second, Dave has a huge amount of respect for his staff as individuals. I've seen him coach course correction in a sensitive and caring manner. And I personally have had that opportunity to have discussions, mentoring sessions, from personnel issues to department challenges to issues that might come up from day to day, strategies on how we might deal with things. Fishing, although I can't ever get him to tell me the secret place, but maybe I'll talk to Mary Lynn about that one.
She doesn't know.
And then sports, of course. Broncos, Vikings, basketball, all those sorts of things. For this, I'm internally grateful that we've had those discussions. Third, Dave believes in his staff. He encourages them to believe in themselves. He inspires to meet their potential, and I think with that achieve great things. He does this by setting an expectation and allowing people to go do their job. And I think that's exemplified by his recent challenge, and that was of our lead people, where he said, hey, we need to update our mission, vision, and values, and gave it to Kathy and Art and Mike and said, go do that. And they came back with a great mission, vision, and value, as well as a beacon statement that will also have a legacy that Dave helped create. Fourth, I think to be a good leader, you have to be a good follower. And Dave is willing to take suggestions from others. I know he has allowed me to do this and asked me really to be part of that role in our journey. So I appreciate that in terms of my career. He's also willing to poke fun at himself and have fun. And I think examples of that And you'll see over the next few days pictures that will show that. Halloween costumes. And that damn ugly sweater during the ugly sweater contest in Christmas. So, Dave, I thank you for the friendship, the leadership, the confidence you've had in me over these years. You will be missed, and I appreciated the opportunity to work with you. I want to close with a quote that I think is apropos, and that is from John Quincy Adams. If your actions inspire others to dream more, learn more, do more, become more, you are a leader. So Dave, my friend, you need to know that you are a leader. Congratulations on your retirement, and I wish you and your family the best in the next part of your life. Thanks.
Are there any other comments from Public Works, or are we going to save those for October 1st? Chuck? The board recognizes Chuck Haskins.
Good morning, Commissioners. Thank you. Just wanted to say a few words. I don't have anything prepared, but struck a little emotionally over there with Dave's words. And yeah, it has been 33 years I've worked with Dave. As a matter of fact, at one point, Dave and myself and Brian were your development review staff, and I learned a lot from both of them. They had been doing it longer than I had, and I learned from both of their styles. And the one thing I took away from Dave's style is the amount of respect that everybody had for him. The development community, consultants, contractors just had tremendous respect for him. So I tried to emulate that. I don't think I ever quite achieved the respect that he was able to. And the one thing that I don't think has really been spoken to is the change, how Dave has handled change in our organization, the change management principles that he applied to when we lost employees to when we lost the contract with the city of Centennial, and it seems like we were going through changes all the time, and Dave's leadership made those changes manageable, and everybody, he was able to guide the department, and he just makes it enjoyable to work in our organization. He has this great sense of humor, but also very focused on the task at hand and getting the job done. And it made my 33 years working with him very enjoyable, and he is going to be missed. So just guess that's all I had, and he's been a great friend and my supervisor, and I just really appreciate everything and wish him the best of luck.
Thank you, Chuck. Board recognizes Terry Serpies.
Hello, everyone. Hello, Commissioners.
Good morning.
I haven't had the privilege to work with Dave for as many years as others, but in the short time, past 2-3 years, it has been such an honor and a pleasure to work for a leader who can lead with such ease and being so frictionless with his staff. I've worked in public and private sector and many different leaders, and I've learned a lot, especially in HR, employee relations. And it's been such a pleasure under Dave to really learn a lot. So you might not realize that, but I've learned so much from you, and I thank you. So I think a true leader can inspire and lead others, being frictionless and at ease and inspiring trust and everything everyone else has already said. So I want to make sure I just said thank you. So appreciate it. Thank you for your time.
All right. I think it's time for us to move on. Okay. No? Okay. Okay. The board recognizes Alan Peterson.
It'll just turn on the yellow light.
Yeah, you have 3 minutes.
Hey, good morning, commissioners, and thank you for allowing me to be here. These guys grew up in public works as kids. I've only worked for Dave for 6 years, 3 months, 4 days, counting. But I often brag that I've worked for 6 different 6 different directors, and I brag often that Dave has never told me no. All 6 of those, well, 5 of the 6 directors still speak to me. So Dave is one of those 5 so far. But I brag to people that Dave is the only director that has never told me no. I'm one of those kids that calls him coach, as in the resolution. But I got to thinking about that, and actually, he does tell me no, and actually on a pretty regular basis. Dave and I have played a number of rounds of golf together. I don't think I've ever beat him, and every time we play, I say, Dave, will you give me some strokes this round? And it's the same thing every time, no. So I have to withdraw that. He tells me no on a pretty regular basis. But professionally, he has never told me no, but he's talked me into changing my mind a lot. So that's what makes him a particularly good coach as well. So with that, thank you very much. Dave, it's been an honor to serve with you.
All right. This is the time that we've set aside for citizen comment. If there are any citizens here that would like to speak to the Board of County Commissioners on non-agenda items, there's a 3-minute time limit per person. If you make yourself known to me. And I'm seeing no members of the public here for public comment. We have a consent agenda this morning. Are there any questions or discussion about any of the items on the consent agenda this morning?
Mr. Chair, I would move approval of the consent agenda. Second.
Motion made by Commissioner Conti, seconded by Commissioner Sharp. All in favor? Aye. Any abstentions or objections? Seeing none, that motion carries. We have no general business items, so I wanted to get through this so that we may go out and do maybe a photo op in honor of Dave Schmidt's retirement. But are there any commissioner comments this morning? Yes. Commissioner Holden.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. We have lost on Friday, I believe, one of our former treasurers, and I'd just like to acknowledge his service to the county, and that's Doug Milliken, who passed away in Arizona. Doug served one term as county treasurer and did some remarkable things in terms of the level of income that was generated from his investments. So let's remember Doug. Thank you.
Are there any additional county commissioner? Yes. Commissioner Jackson.
Yeah, it's been a sad month for Arapahoe County, and I was going to mention the passing of Doug Milliken. But also we lost a friend with Lou Gator, who was a county commissioner in Larimer County. He'd suffered for many, many years with a particularly virulent form of cancer, and finally succumbed. And he was one of the folks that ran for governor, so he was strong and fighting to the last, but was really a very very kind and great leader, and he will be missed at the state and national level as well. So we've lost some dear friends, and of course we're all thinking of, I don't know if I want to talk about Commissioner Sharp's particular loss, but it's been a very, very difficult month for us. So count your blessings.
Thank you. Are there any additional commissioner comments? If not, we are adjourned.